You're listening
You're listening
to another episode
of the Fresh Takes
podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Tim, alongside my two co-hosts, Tank and Pat. We are covering the NFL schedules this week as they dropped last Thursday. Any games so far that stick out for you guys?
Well, you know what? You didn't even you introduced us, but you didn't even ask us how we were feeling. All you immediately jumped right into the episode and said, "What games are we interested in?" You know what? I feel ashamed because you, my friend, didn't ask me how I was doing.
Oh, sucks for you.
So redo it.
I just want to know what games you're excited for.
Um, Honestly, I'm really excited to get the show on with the NFC East showdowns between the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles with Pat's team and the New York Giants, Tim's team. I'm really excited to see because all three of us made it to the playoffs last year or the season, whatever you want, the last season that we talked about last week. But you know what? It's a new season, new era. We have not had a back-to-back NFC East champion since I think 2005, back when the Eagles did it. So is this the season that all changes, or is that going to be a repeat of us not having a back-to-back champ?
I think the Eagles will repeat.
I think they're
All
going
I'm
to repeat too, but
saying is November 5th, remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason, and plot. V for Vendetta. The Eagles will give it a shot. Cowboys will stumble. Pollard will fumble. Slay will save the day. For Prescott gets hurt.
Prescott will get hurt.
Hurts is the best. And that's all that Pat has to say.
Dang, Dr. Seuss is trembling in his graves to those rhymes.
You know, honestly, Pat, the biggest game I'm actually, besides our game, besides the Cowboys and Eagles, the biggest game I'm actually excited to see for you all is the November 20th game, which is the Kansas City Chiefs.
The old Super Bowl rematch.
I know.
What about you? Being a homer, I think the Eagles will win the regular season matchup.
Oh, I can see that 100%.
But it's really early.
That's coming right off your bye.
So.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's also coming right off your bye, so y'all are going to be rested. So that's a plus for you all.
Yeah, the Chiefs don't have a bye until like week 12, and then they play Buffalo. So, all right.
We'll just go. Kansas City has a bye week 10.
Oh, well, I know that they have the bye and then play Buffalo.
So wait a minute. Philly and Kansas City have the same bye. So both of them will come off of a bye, and that's going to be a hard-hitting. And it's what?
Monday night.
It's a Monday night game, so I'm glad they at least made it a highlight game or whatever. Be a primetime game.
All right, well, we'll just go ahead and
I was going to say, do you want to get right into the primetime?
We'll just go ahead and talking about that. No, we'll go ahead and get into week 1. The very first game of the season. Lions versus Chiefs, Thursday night football. And we all remember what happened last time. Jared Goff played Patrick Mahomes.
What was that? 8,000 points were scored?
Yeah. And the Chiefs lost that game.
I think Go ahead.
I was just saying I don't know if there's ever been more hype around a Lions team. Them getting to open a season and it's actually should be a great game.
100%. 100%. I agree that it's going to be a good hard-hitting game. And,
I enjoyed that, but I don't know about week 1, very first game making it those two.
I wouldn't have put it those two, but I mean, I'm super excited to see what the Lions have to offer this season. I'm really excited to see how they're going to be coming off of I don't want to say disappointing season because it it could be disappointing because they didn't make playoffs, but it wasn't disappointing. They had a damn good season last
Yeah,
season. So that's what I'm saying. It could be both ways of disappointing and not disappointing.
I know. In my opinion, I would have liked to have seen Chiefs Eagles like start
First
out,
week,
or just or
uh,
just even like Chiefs Bengals or
okay.
Eagles Niners.
Right. And
So
one of these first week matchups, not to stray too far, but I think it's flying under the radar maybe a little is the Packers versus Bears, start of the Jordan Love
I would
era
say
of
first game
this,
without Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, of this rivalry now that the Bears aren't owned by the opposing quarterback.
I don't know. Does anybody know by offhand, real quick, what is the um win-loss schedule between those two?
No.
No.
Last I knew, I think the Bears were down by like 40 some games.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, while you look that up, I'll just go down the list of the games. If you hear one that sounds interesting or want to talk about, we'll stop. Panthers,
All right, I
Falcons.
got
Oh, no, go
I
ahead.
got
Go
it.
say yours.
I was gonna say the Green Bay has it's Green Bay has 105 victories, Chicago has 95 victories, and there's been 6 ties.
Hmm. So yeah, Green Bay
So
is
I mean
way ahead.
Green Bay's only 10 games ahead, but um is this a new era where like you all were talking about where Jordan Love is, you know,
I think with that Bears team, they definitely could beat them.
oh, I have a feeling Bears are it's gonna come down to the Bears and the Detroit Lions, but I have Detroit winning the division already.
I don't know. I'll have to look at it. If I look at the schedule, I'd probably pick Detroit as well, but I could see Minnesota still going and winning.
I don't know. We'll see.
I know, but here,
Look,
I'll go down week one's list. If you hear a game that's interesting and we want to stop, we'll stop. If not, we'll just keep going. But the first overall pick, Bryce Young and the Panthers, are facing the Falcons.
okay. Before we even go ahead, you said you want to talk about games where if we find something. Here's my question about that game, and I really don't want to talk about it, but I want to ask y'all who is going to start. Who do you all feel is going to start for Falcons?
It's definitely Ritter.
You think it's Ritter? I
Eli.
think it's Heineke.
I think it's like how it was last year with the Commanders. Heineke will come in the middle of the season when they need him. Because, I mean, like we talked when we ranked the quarterbacks, Heineke is not a beginning or an ending quarterback. He's a middle of the year quarterback. So that's probably what
No, I
they'll
agree.
do. Week 5 or 6, they'll throw Heineke in to get like 4 or 5 wins, keep them in battle of the division, and then they'll go from there. But I
Pat,
think they got so much riding on Desmond Ritter since he was their rookie quarterback last year and they got rid of Mariota. So I think they're riding on him.
Pat, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I would agree they ride with Ritter because I feel like if they weren't sold on him, they would have went out and when even say Lamar Jackson was up for the trade, why wouldn't they pull the trigger and get someone explosive in there if they weren't at least sold a little bit on Ritter? Because
Okay,
I think in their minds they're like, we'll do well enough with him. We believe in him enough with this team around him.
makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all everybody has an opinion.
Yeah.
But
So,
go
all
ahead.
right. After that, Texans, Ravens.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what Odell does, but that's about it.
I am too. Yeah,
Bengals, Browns. I feel like that's typical every beginning of the year. Then you got Jaguars, Colts. I think that's also another every beginning of the year. Buccaneers and the Vikings.
this is the first season. What in 2 years that Brady's not on the team, so I
And
like
they're
to see.
rocking
I'm
Kyle
excited about
Trask.
that. Yeah. Um.
Or at least for now, they're rocking Kyle Trask. I don't know if Baker will somehow get put in or if they're going to keep Trask, but from what I have read, Trask is starting.
Yeah, I have a feeling that, but I don't know. It's not too. I don't know. I'm just not too excited about it, except for let's see how Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins are going to do this season.
Yeah, without feeling.
Yeah, without the Elam. So
Let's see. After that, we got Titans Saints.
eh,
Then
who's the
49ers and
Saints?
Steelers.
Well, I was gonna say who's the Saints quarterback again?
Derek Carr.
That's right. And Titans is still
Tannehill for now, unless they start Will Levis.
I don't see them starting Will Levis.
Yes, I don't either.
That's just my opinion. But go ahead. You said after that the 49ers.
Yeah, then it was the Niners Steelers. Who you think starting that?
Lance.
No, I think Purdy will be back.
I think Purdy will be the starter.
You think Purdy will be back?
Yeah. And even if not, I think they start Darnold, and Lance is just
I didn't even think of Darnold.
I was gonna say who is the third string back?
It's Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, and Brock Purdy. That's the three they're rocking with.
If Purdy is back from the injury, then I go with him. But if he's not back yet from the injury, then I think it's Lance.
I think he'll be back. And then the last 1 o'clock game, rounding out probably the worst one out of the bunch, the Cardinals versus the Commanders.
Yeah. Hey, maybe what if Washington has a good team? Like I can admit it. So if whoever they send out a quarterback, if it ends up sticking to Sam Howell,
I was gonna say, isn't it Sam Howell?
Yeah, if he ends up being something special, like
if they rock with Sam Howell, I'll be interested. But if they put Brissett out, I'm not gonna really care.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to be a shitty game, because actually I am going to say that because I don't think that game is what it's cracked up, I guess, to be. I mean, who does Cardinals have besides Hopkins?
Marquise Brown, Rondale Moore, Greg Dortch, Zach Ertz, James Conner.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm a big Marquise Brown guy. So, I'm always interested to see Marquise. That's why, I enjoyed with the whole Ravens and stuff, because since Joe's a Ravens fan, I got to watch Marquise. So I like Marquise Brown.
Oh, I'm not saying he's bad. And I don't I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say in my head.
All right, now here is
what I'm saying.
4 o'clock games. Ready? Packers Bears, which we already talked about. And then after that, you have the Raiders and the Broncos. Typical division game.
I'm not too excited about that. I'll put it this way. I am excited to see if last season Russell Wilson was just in a new system, new thought process, or if he's going to go back to the old Russell Wilson, or if he's going to stick in the same wavelength that he was this last season.
See, I think with them building around the Broncos, I think Russell will be a little bit better, especially with the bring back of your two favorite co-hosts, Tim and Patrick.
And yeah, Sean Payton ain't gonna let that crap fly.
Oh, I completely forgot that Sean Payton's
totally forgot
back.
that he was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sean Payton's back. First game.
Yeah, that brings a lot of light to this. How is he going to coach? How will that team look? It's going to look so much different.
Yeah. All right. Then after that, a game that I'm actually very excited to see: Dolphins versus Chargers. I know last year everybody was excited for that on Sunday night, and it was kind of a stinker. But I'm excited for it this year.
The Chargers got Kellamore, so I'm excited to see what Kellamore can do out there.
I like to see
So,
if Max Dugan will play.
um, and I feel Herbert is 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 going to be their answer. I really do feel it. Herbert could be the
See,
answer.
I'm on the opposite end. I think Herbert could be on the trade block.
Well, I think if he sucks this season, he's definitely going to be on the trade block.
I would say with his contract coming to an end, I think Herbert could be on the trade block.
What
Yeah, I
about
think
Eckler? What about
I
Eckler also?
I
What do you
think
think about him?
Eckler stays, but Eckler doesn't play like he usually does because he wants that contract.
But he's not. Do you feel he deserves the contract
I think
that
he does.
is wanting?
oh
That
gosh,
he's
yeah.
so he deserves the
100%.
contract that he wants.
Yes. I think Eckler was a great running back when it was him and Melvin Gordon. And then when Melvin Gordon left, he had to put all of the team on his back, and he did it well.
Yeah, with their receivers, one of them was always hurt for a stretch of 3 or 4 weeks. There was no consistency on who was the field there. He provided that relief, catching balls out of the back for 2 straight years for them, and he's a touchdown machine. Like he deserves what he wants,
And
I'll
honestly.
give him 90% of the contract that he wants.
not and like most teams rely on a decent tight end to help them. I don't think the Chargers have ever had a decent tight end since Gates left.
I was gonna say
And
that was their
and
last good one.
Eckler's been there to take role.
Well, Hunter Henry could have been special if he wouldn't have went to New England to
Yeah.
waste away.
And then they get Gerald Everett, who gets gas in the middle of a play and just stops caring.
Right.
All right. So after that, we got Pat's team, the Eagles, playing the Patriots, which
Let's go Patriots.
I think that's going to be a smackdown.
Oh, it's the
Hey.
Eagles are definitely going to win that game, but I'm rooting for the
Wait.
Patriots.
No, week one, we never know. We never know what a team's going to look like week one.
So you're trying to
True.
tell me that you think Mac Jones can get through that defense?
I think Mac Jones with Bill O'Brien is going to be a completely different Mac Jones.
So
It'll
here's
be
what
different,
both,
but it can't get through that Atlanta Georgia Bulldogs team.
so
Yeah.
here's what you both don't understand. That game is at Foxborough, so they're going to be honoring Tom Brady. But Mac Jones is going to be on the bench waiting for Tom Brady to come out. And here comes Tom Brady, full suited, wearing the number 12 again.
Yeah, and Brady
Full
couldn't beat the
pads.
Eagles anyways.
So he's going to come out and he's going to be like, that's what, hold on. He's going to come out and he's going to shut down the Eagles somehow, some way.
Well,
And then he's going to retire.
but he's going to do that. And then at the other tunnel walking out, he'll see the number 9 Nick Foles jersey walking out.
Oh, my.
And he'll shiver in his boots.
And then he'll look up and there's Eli Manning standing in center field.
Oh.
Holding up two.
No, I think the only way the Patriots win that is if Brady walks out and he has Edelman on his right side and Gronk on his left side. That would be the only way. I don't see the Patriots getting through that defense.
No, but I would like to see them.
Especially now that they don't have their double-headed backfield. They got rid of Damian Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to screw them. All right, after that, we got Rams Seahawks. I'm excited to see if Geno can keep going. That's basically it.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
And then I'm also kind of excited to see where Matt Stafford is now. Stafford and Kupp both injured. Didn't see them second half of the year. If Stafford is healthy, cool. I'd like to see it. If not, I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Stenson Bennett out there.
Yeah. And
that's right. He did go to the Rams.
I'm excited for both of their first round picks, Witherspoon and Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
So
I'm always excited for Kenneth Walker. He'll probably be somebody I keep in our fantasy. So
you can drop him. I'll take him.
No. My thing is I don't know which to keep out of my 4 running backs. James Conner, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, or Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I would definitely keep Kenneth Walker.
And
get rid of Kenneth Walker.
I'm between Jones and Kamara, and I'm like, I feel like the Saints will do a lot more with Kamara now that they have Carr. But then I'm also like, how can you trust Jordan Love? Aaron Jones might be able to do a lot. And now that they don't have Jamal Williams, they're going to be relying on Aaron Jones more. So I don't know. I know whichever one I don't pick in the first round, they're going to get taken anyways.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But I mean, first round pick, I'm either going tight end or quarterback. So, all right. Now, the Sunday night football game, the game we're all waiting for. The New York Football Giants step into their home stadium to defend against the Dallas Cowboys.
I'll put myself on mute here, boys. Go at it.
You know what?
I'm not gonna go anything on with the Giants. The last 3 years, I've been like, oh yeah, Giants got this, and I think the last 3 years we're 1-5 against Dallas.
So I'm gonna say this, Tim. I do love you, but I'm gonna have respect for Saquon. I have respect for Daniel Jones. But let's go Cowboys. That's all I'm gonna say.
My biggest thing with this is where are we gonna be with Saquon at the time?
Okay.
Because he's still holding out on things because of his contract. But I will say, with the revamping of that defensive line that we have, I think we will have a whole lot better chance of stopping the run, which we have been terrible against with Dallas.
Oh, yes. Very.
And then
but also,
breaking through to try and get to Dak.
But here's the thing with our running, yeah, you were hard at stopping it, but that was because we had a two-headed beast. We had the Zeke and we had Tony. So you didn't know, yeah, you knew which one when they ran on the field, but you didn't know which one was going to get the most carries, if that makes any sense.
I think especially because Zeke was the one we always struggled to stop. Tony, I feel like we always got.
I think it's going to be a hard-hitting game. I think it's going to be a close game, and I really have a strong feeling Dallas is going to start off 1-0, and I feel we're going, honestly, I'm going to call it right here, right now, we're going to win 35-32.
I think it's going to be a close game. I'm saying 21-17 Cowboys.
I mean, I'll take the 21-17.
But I think it'll be 21-17, and the Giants are going to be close to getting the score, but they're not going to be able to convert on a fourth down, and that's going to end it. I think that's how it's going to go. I think it'll be one of those where we've gone to Darren Waller all game. You guys finally catch on, and that fourth down conversion, we're going to Darren Waller, I forgot y'all, and you guys stop them.
I forgot you all got Darren Waller.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think my biggest thing that I'm afraid of is every time the Cowboys and the Giants play, Sterling Shepard gets hurt. So that's what I'm mainly afraid of.
And it's the first week game.
Yeah. All right. Then Monday
night
Pat,
football. You were actually off mute. I'm proud of you.
I know.
Monday Night Football. The return of the new New York Jets quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, will defend his home field against the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo's winning it. Hands down. Aaron Rodgers in that system is not going to have what he had in Green Bay. Not saying he even had anything in Green Bay, but the talent that he slightly did have in Green Bay, I don't think is the same talent that he has in New York Jets. Now, yes, I understand he has brought a lot of players from Green Bay over, but I don't feel that Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to get it done against the Buffalo Bills in his return to the New York Jets. You can look at me and think I'm stupid all you want.
I think this receiving core is 10 times better than any core he's ever had.
I don't.
Well. We will not disrespect Jordy Nelson like that.
What was Nelson there when Adams started?
I think they had at least a year.
I would say, I'm pretty sure they both were there, then yes, I will say that was probably his best receiving core. And then he had Mercedes Lewis. But I think
Michael Finley too.
I think with what he has now, it's probably one of the best. Garrett
I'm
Wilson, who's coming off Rookie of the Year. Then he's got Alan Lazard back, which, I mean, if you listen back to
Alex
the
Allen.
videos, you know how I feel about Alan Lazard.
You want to say that's Alan Lazard? Okay.
But, I mean, Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, whichever one. I keep forgetting which one of them got traded. Elijah Moore got traded, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Elijah Moore. They have Corey Davis. Okay. So, Corey Davis, they got Alan Lazard, they have Garrett Wilson, they got CJ Uzama, Tyler Conklin, and then, I mean, you got Brees Hall in the backfield
Okay.
again.
Okay, but yeah, it's not a bad receiving core. I'm
You got
not I'm
James
not
Robinson back there, too.
I'm not saying that it's a shitty, crappy core. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I don't think this is his best, and I don't think that he's. I say give him 2, 3 games, and I think they'll start being able to get on the same page.
I don't know. I think with him coming back to his OC, because he had the same OC uh, with the Packers that he has here now with Hackett. Yes, we all said Hackett was a bad head coach. I think he's a way better OC than he is a head coach. But
Right.
I think with Rodgers coming back and it being home, there is a very good potential that the Packers win. Not the Packers, the
Packers,
Jets win. The
come on
Jets
now.
win. I think the Jets win. I think
Yeah,
it's a close one, but I think Jets win.
I'm gonna say Jets win opening Monday night.
Say, I think it's a Jets win.
So we all know that we're already picking at least one game different
Well,
when we do our start when we start doing our picks because I'm not picking
I
the
don't know.
Jets. I'm
Pat and I so far have agreed.
but I don't see.
Well, I'm different from you guys because I'm picking the Giants week 1.
Okay, so then yeah.
All right, so
All
see,
right. So that's week 1. Now, let's jump into Thursday night games. So, week 2, you have the Eagles and the Vikings. Which
The Eagles have a knack of blowing out the Vikings in prime time, so
yeah, that was
bring it on.
All right, week 3 you got the Giants and the Niners,
I think
which
Niners are going to get that one.
the Niners are known for blowing it against the Giants.
That is true.
And then week 4 you got the Lions and the Green Bay Packers.
And this is where I'm going to tell you all. I feel this will show you that yes, Minnesota is going to win a wild card, but Detroit is going to win the division.
I don't know.
Okay.
Again, I got to look at their schedules before I can say that.
Okay.
All right, week 5 you got the Bears versus the Commanders. As long as it's not like
Yeah.
last year's Bears versus Commanders game.
We the Commanders.
All right, week 6. Here's where it gets annoying because you got Denver, but then you got the Chiefs. I think
But
when
it's
Denver
still
and the Chiefs
Denver.
play, it's very close.
But it's Denver.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Week 7, you got the Jaguars going up against the Saints.
Which I feel that's going to be actually a really good game.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Then week 8, you got the Bucks and the Bills. Week 9, you got the Titans and the Steelers.
Oh, a 10-9 game.
Yeah, right there.
What game is that? I'm
Week
sorry.
9, Titans Steelers.
Yeah, it's going to be a 10-9 game.
Week 10, you have the Panthers and the Bears. Week 11,
Which
you
know
have.
is going to. I think that's going to be a semi decent game.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the two young quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Will the Bears regret trading that pick after that game?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Then week 11, you have the Bengals and the Ravens.
That's going to be a good.
Yeah, hell of a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Week 12 is the Thanksgiving games, which I don't remember all of them. I think it was Lions, Packers, Cowboys,
give me
Commanders.
give
And
me
then I
one
don't
sec.
remember the Thursday night game.
Hold on, I'll get ready to tell you. So for Thanksgiving is Washington at Dallas, San Francisco at Seattle,
Yes.
and Green Bay at Detroit.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is at week 12 is Thanksgiving.
So, which if you go back to when I said about week 4, Green Bay and Detroit play both times on a Thursday night.
Uh,
All right, and then after that, you have the Seahawks versus the Cowboys. Cowboys have 2 Thursday night games in a row. Then you have Week 14, Patriots Steelers. Week 15, you have the Chargers and the Raiders. Week 16, you have the Saints and the Rams. And then week 17, the one that is a meh, Jets Browns.
could
And I
be
feel
wild card implications.
that's where
Probably for that
that's what I was
game.
getting ready to say, Pat. That is
There
exactly
you
what I was
go.
getting ready to say.
All right,
My bad,
now
Tank.
let's jump into the
Save
Sunday
wavelengths.
night games. All right, so week 1, you have the Giants and the Cowboys. Week 2, you have the Dolphins and the Patriots.
Which is not going to be a bad game, I feel.
Yeah, I think that would be a very nice game. Week
Yep.
3, you got Steelers Raiders, which we all remember last year's game. Close one at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Week 4, a game that I'm excited for. You have the Chiefs at the Jets, which this is the
This is
first
where
time in 12 years that the Jets have been on a Sunday night game.
Really? See, I didn't know that.
That's
I feel,
insane.
and see, this is where I feel that Aaron Rodgers is going to start clicking, especially being a Sunday night, and it's going to be
I don't know. Rodgers has been
yeah.
pretty iffy on Sunday night games recently. I mean,
Okay.
remember what happened on Sunday night when they needed to make it to the wild card. So after that, we
Yeah.
got the Cowboys versus the Niners on week 5. Week 6, Dayball and Joe Shane make their return to Buffalo as the Giants play the Buffalo Bills, which I am very excited for that game.
Are you
Week
going to?
7, Bryce and I talked about it. It's a Sunday night, so ticket prices might be pretty high, but he said if he can find some cheap tickets, there's talk
Which
that
game
me,
is
him, and
this?
his dad are going to go.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
Which game is this?
This is week 6, Giants Bills.
Okay. Okay.
Week 7, you have the Dolphins and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Week 8,
That's
Khalil Mack is coming back to the Bears, and you have the Bears versus the Chargers. Week 9, we get the matchup that we never got to see last year in the Bills and the Bengals.
I just is
Which-
because DeMar Hamlin's actually been cleared.
I'm kind of getting tired of the whole Bills Bengals thing
Yeah.
because it's always hyped up, but Bills just can never do it.
Yeah.
Week 10, you got the Jets versus the Raiders, Aaron Rodgers versus Devontae Adams for the first time since splitting. Week 11, you have the Vikings going up against Denver. Week 12, you have the Raiders versus the Chargers. Week 13, you have the Chiefs versus the Packers, which if Aaron Rodgers was still there, I probably would be excited. But
Yeah.
week 14, the matchup you guys are excited for, Eagles Cowboys.
Let's go.
Week 15, I'm actually kind of excited for. You have the Ravens versus the Jaguars.
I'm
Very
actually
close
excited.
game
Yeah.
last year. And then week 17, you have Packers versus the Vikings. And week 18 is to be decided.
Yeah.
All right. Now, last one, Monday night schedule. We already have the Bills and the Jets. Week 2, we have the Saints versus the Panthers. Week 3, oh no, it's a doubleheader on week 2. You also have
Yes.
the Browns versus the Steelers. Week 3, Pat's got the Eagles and the Bucks right there, which are another doubleheader, Rams and Bengals.
I don't understand anything about these double hitters.
I don't either, but I'm kind of excited for Rams Bengals.
Yeah.
Week 4, the Giants are still on prime time with the Seahawks versus the Giants. Week
Let's go
5, we
Seahawks.
have Green Bay versus the Raiders.
And hey, isn't this Gino coming? Because Gino played for the Giants
Yeah,
one time,
Gina
right?
played the Giants last year.
So, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Let's go
Week
Seahawks.
6, Cowboys and Chargers. Kellen Moore is going to be facing Dallas. Week 7, Niners versus the Vikings. Week 8, Raiders versus Lions. Week 9, Chargers versus the Jets, which I'm kind of excited for. Week 10, the Broncos are facing the Bills. Week 11, we said it, Eagles versus the Chiefs. Week 12, Bears versus Vikings, which that one I think will be close for how the division will be.
It's either make it or break it for Minnesota on that game, I feel.
Yeah.
And then you got week 14, Titans versus Dolphins. And then a doubleheader again because you have the Packers versus the Giants, which I'm hoping the Giants can get that one because I still don't think Jordan Love's going to be the answer.
No.
Week 15, you got the Chiefs versus the Patriots. And then week 16, the last one, you have Ravens versus the Niners.
Which actually, I'm excited about that last game, the Ravens 49ers.
Yeah, Ravens 49ers will be a good game.
Yeah. Do you remember the Super Bowl?
I do. Where they cut the lights out and it was brother versus brother.
Yep.
Now there's teams that have 6 primetime games. You guys want to take a guess on what the teams are? There's 4 of them. 4 teams.
I already know one of them.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys. I knew one of them.
Yeah, Dallas is one.
Because it's my team. And I think I think one of the others is either is it Denver or is it the Chiefs?
Chiefs is one.
Okay. That's the only two.
Unfortunately, it's not the Eagles, but the freaking Bills.
Yeah, Bills is the third one. And there's one other one. I'll tell you, they're an AFC team. They're an AFC team.
AFC.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's a big fan of this team.
Yep.
Oh, the Chargers.
Let's go Chargers.
As soon as you said that, I knew who it was.
All right, so then there is 7 teams that have 5 primetime games, which are the Giants, the Niners, the Packers, the Raiders, the Eagles, the Vikings, the Jets.
Oh, the Eagles have 5 and the Giants have 5.
So, that shows you how much the NFC North is this year, that there is technically a total of 16 primetime games with the Giants and the Cowboys both playing one, and then the Eagles and the Cowboys both playing one.
Right.
So, and then with 4 games is the Ravens, Lions, Patriots, Bears, Broncos, Bengals, and Steelers. Yeah, Broncos with another 4.
Just tired of them having primetime games.
But
I just hope this season is a lot better than last year's.
There is another thing of schedulings that we have to go over, which I will pull them up now. I did not have them saved. We have the Christmas games this year.
Oh, yeah, we got a Black Friday game too, don't we?
Yeah, that's the Jets versus
the Jets.
Who?
Is it the Jets Dolphins?
Black Friday. Jets Dolphins. It's at the Jets.
Yeah.
All right. So for the Christmas game is Raiders versus Chiefs, Giants versus Eagles, and Ravens versus Niners.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like it.
I don't.
Different. Why?
Because I know that the Giants are going to lose on Christmas. And I love Christmas. How are you going to ruin my Christmas like that?
Oh, you'd be all right. Suck it up. Pat's going to be the Grinch over here.
Yeah. I'll be happy at least, Tim.
The Grinch who stole Christmas from Pat or Tim.
The Grinch who stole football.
Wouldn't that be funny, though, if they did that at halftime?
Have the Grinch steal a bunch of footballs.
So, did you all, examine your team schedule? Do you have a way too early prediction of, a record?
I did not, but I will go and look at it right now, and while you guys talk, I'll examine.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'll let you start off there, Tank.
Nah, you're the one that brought it up. Let you talk about it first.
Well, fine. The Eagles' first impression, it might be wishful thinking, but I'm guessing 12-5.
I can't. Let's see.
And they do kind of have a brutal schedule, to be honest. It's a pretty
y'all do have a brutal schedule, through let's see, week.
It's
a week 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, I think it is you're going to be your toughest battle.
Yeah. For us, it's fortunate. I think we can get a nice 5-0 cushion. It looks like we might be able to do that, and that'll help us because we do have, we have a
I
good
think you
stretch
guys.
of solid teams.
I don't know. I think you guys could get an 8-0. Because I think you could take the Jets. I think you could take the Dolphins. And then, I mean,
Yeah.
Washington again. I think you guys could start 8-0 again.
Well,
Could they go 8-0, or could they go 9-0 into bye, or are they going to go 9-0, or are they going to go 8-1 in the bye? You think, Pat? Be honest. Be realistic.
oh, no. Into the bye, I would say there'll be
I don't know. Looking at the Eagles schedule, I think they're 13-4, 14-3 at least.
7-2 into the bye.
Yeah, I'm giving the Eagles a 13-4 record.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Dallas is going to go 11-6.
Let me look at Dallas.
All right, hold on. So, yeah, I'm going to put this in our chat real quick. Dallas Giants, Eagles. All right, so Eagles. What'd you say, Pat? For your full
I
record,
I
your
think
full
12.
record,
I think 12-5 for me.
12-5. I think Eagles are going to go 13-4. Tim, what do you want your guess to be?
For Eagles,
Yes,
I'm 13-4.
you're also 13-4. Okay.
Yeah.
Dallas, I said 12-5. What do you think there, Pat?
For Dallas,
Yes.
I am finishing that up here.
All right.
I got
Tim,
I'm giving them 10-7.
10-7. All right.
We'll go into further depth whenever we cover all the divisions and over on unders. But we gotta wait for the over and unders to drop this year.
I'm giving Dallas a 9-8.
Dang, going both of you off. F you.
Dude, there's some teams in there that would shock Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys have Detroit. I think Seattle honestly will beat you as well. I don't think you have the corners to cover them.
Week
What's that?
13 through 17 could be an 0-5 stretch. And
That's how I'm looking at it. I think that is going to be like your guys' hardest part.
Week.
It's a
What's
tough
what's the week you
stretch.
think?
13
Week
through
13,
17.
Seattle through Detroit.
And I think it's going to be you need to beat Washington to make wild card.
Yeah.
I think we'll through 13 through 17. I think we'll lose week 13. We'll win 14 because we're going to lose week 9.
No, see, I have that flip flop. I
See,
think I think the Eagles going into bye, they're not going to try as hard and they're not going to be really worried about it, and Dallas is going to beat them. I think that's what's going to hit them. Eagles are going to be going into bye, so they're not going to be as ready and they're going to be tired. So I think that's when they beat them. And then week 14, Eagles know that they're very close to clinching the number 1 seed, and that's why that they'll beat Dallas because they're very close to clinching number 1 seed.
I mean, I can see what you're saying, but I have them flipped, and then I have a loss to Buffalo, win versus Miami, and it's going to be a very tight race for Week 17.
I think that.
So I think it's going to be a 3-2 between those 5 games.
I think it's a 1-4 because you barely get past Miami, barely.
Okay.
But that also all depends on how Tua is by that point, because last year Tua wasn't in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So, but
Right.
like I said, I think it's going to be between the Commanders for the last week if you can make wild card or not.
So Tim, what do you think going to the Giants?
I'm giving them also 10-7.
Pat?
I'll give them.
I see it's a 9
I'll
and
give
8.
them. Give them 11-6 for me.
Because I think they'll get one against Dallas.
Mm.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There's the NFL scheduling. So you heard what we're excited over. You heard the big primetime games, week one, which, right before the season starts, we'll go into week one a little more in depth. You see how we talked about the NFC North, NFC East, and, we'll go into more depth on that as well whenever the over and unders come out, and we'll pinpoint which matchups we think will win and lose. But other than that, I'm going to send it over to Pat to say goodbye because Tank has something to talk about at the end. So take it away, Pat.
Ooh. Let me not be so tilted here. Well, can we all just appreciate that we're just over 100 days away from a new NFL season?
Yes,
I'm excited.
And
excited.
we're already brimming with excitement just because schedules are released. We have no idea what's going to happen until then. And
No.
who
Especially
knows
because
what,
last year was so wild.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
who knows what any of these games will end up being. The Eagles could go like 1-16. Wouldn't that be something?
That would
Well,
be really messed up, honestly.
but no, yeah, we're so far out from football, but so close, and I just can't wait.
All right. Go
All
ahead,
right.
Tank.
Well, I thought maybe you'd want to say something. Anything else you want to say before I finish this out?
If you're talking to me,
No?
no. I already.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. Well, this is Tank. Don't forget you can follow us on uh, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
Yeah, who messed it up
YouTube,
this time?
Twitter. Well, I'm sorry. I have other news. So, all right. So let me get that over with or redone again. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube, of course. And you can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcast. But we had dropped a little hint. What was it? Saturday, I think it was,
Saturday
boys.
morning.
Saturday morning. Well, we are going to have a mini series, if you want to call it a mini series, because it all depends on how everybody reacts to it. But it is my little doing, I guess you want to call it. It's called Tank's Thoughts. And currently, we're going to go into a 5-week mini series for the 5 Fridays at 5 p.m. of the NFL. Well, actually, not even NFL. Why am I talking about NFL?
It's all
Daggone,
sports.
boys. It's all sports logos. My top 50, what I think they should be and where they should be at. And let me tell you, Pat and Tim, both of your all's teams are in my uh, list. So you will see where they're at. And I can't wait to go on this little journey with everybody. So please make sure that you follow and you pay attention to it. Follow along. Let us know what your thoughts are. This is
Right
Tank
on.
signing off. Peace.
We will see you guys technically Friday. You'll see Tank, but you'll see Pat and I next week as we start our all-time divisions fantasy draft. We got good responses from the NFC East, so we decided why not cover the other 7 divisions.
Let's
So
go.
next Monday, we will have the NFC North.
Next Monday? You mean next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Come on
We
now.
record on Mondays. Next Tuesday, we'll have the NFC North and the NFC West, and I can't wait to do this.
Me either, boys. Good luck.
We will see you guys next week.
Peace.